Hello everyone. We are going to work on making this Ikea cabinet dustproof today. So these are the parts that we're going to be using. We bought this report cover box which has the plastic pieces that we need in it. And then here's the glass door and the tools that we're going to be using. So this is a project that Victor is working on, and he is helping me out. So he's going to start showing you how he goes about doing this.
Okay, let's see which one's which. Oh. Hey, glasses. Nice. Thanks, honey. Okay. Oh, that really works well. I can see. I guess that goes over like this, I suppose, right? Okay, very cool. I'm going to go ahead and lock these in place just to kind of get a better idea of where it's going to be at. This is the bottom one right here, I guess. Yeah. Plop it right here. And then I think if I go ahead and that's my makeshift magnetic screwdriver. If I put this thing about a ½ inch, if you could show what that looks like over there, I think that's going to be close enough to go ahead and line up the glass over here. Sort of. See how narrow this one was? Well, I'm going to make this one a little bit farther back so it lines up with that. It's all trial and error here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. Got the screw in place. Put that right there. And I probably would recommend that people actually use the measurement tool, but I think this is fine for my purposes. Let's do that. Screw that in place. My handy dandy magnetic thing. I got about a little less than ½ inch right there. I think that kind of, if I line that up over the top, that might be okay. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and put that back out here. I predict we're going to be doing a lot of editing here because this is boring. Okay. Hey, honey. Last door. Okay, so this has a hole on this side here. Looks pretty cool. This is these little sticky doos. And what I do is I actually go offset from the glass. That's going to become kind of self-explanatory on there. But what it does is it kind of pushes out the distance of the hinge from the glass. And that's important because these pieces of glasses that you see here, which is the Eket 304.289.01, is really made for the single boxes of Eket display cabinets. I didn't want to go ahead and buy 8 display cabinets because those would cost me a lot more money than just buying 2 of these and 8 of these. Okay, the downfall behind it is these glasses are way too small for this opening right here. It leaves about a ½ inch gap of air and dust can go through that space. We live next to an agricultural farm, so it has a tendency of blowing a lot of dust when I turn on the air conditioner. Oddly enough. So I'll just stick this over in here, pop this little handle right here. And where's my magnetic screwdriver? Hey, I know, I should buy a magnetic screwdriver. Believe it or not, this actually is a magnetic screwdriver. It just doesn't want to hold on to the screws very well. Okay, that's nice and tight without breaking the glass. And so we have these hinges right here. And what I use are these drill bits, which you thought I was going to use to actually drill, right? Well, interesting. Now, if I just go like this, stick it down into the hinge, pop this. Oh, you know what? Let's take off the white tape on here. Oh, I always have difficulty doing that. Here, I got a quick solution. Hey, honey, can you take the white tape off of that for me? All right, very cool. Okay, and then what I'll do is, as you can pan into the where I've placed the screws at, I just put that right over inside right here. I pop that right down in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the drill right behind it. And what that does is it kind of works like a little spacer, so I can go ahead and screw this on in. That centers this piece of glass into the opening. Hey, you know what would be even better? If I actually use a screwdriver for this. A little bit more, slides right out. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. Go ahead and pop that right in there like so. And then, since this is already resting down here, we already did that portion. I only need to put this one drill bit down back here, and that blocks it from going all the way to the end. I'm going to go ahead, and you can see where the plastic screw is right there. That really gives me nice space. And you got to really countersink these on in there. Luckily enough, the drill bit kind of did its job when I put it in place before it gave up and fell. So we'll look back on the squareness on this, and if you take a look around the edges of the box, you see this ginormous 1/4 inch gap that goes all the way around. You can see it from back here much easier. Okay, perfect. What we're going to do now is this. Because while the glass is really nice, dust gets in there immediately. Anybody with a Detolf cabinets really can attest to that. So what I've done, along with my wife, we came up with all kinds of different solutions. She said, well, look at this, is like 26 bucks. You could buy this over at Staples, and it comes with 50 of them, so if you goof up, you got plenty more. What are these? Well, these are the things that put that together. Pretty cool stuff, because all you gotta do is you grab this, stick it inside here, and slide it on in there. What I do is I leave a little bit of a gap right here, just because I happen to know that that's what it's gonna take for it to have a nice clean look to it in the end. What would be nicer is probably if you bought this in a longer length from Amazon, and then you could cut it perfectly to whatever dimensions that you have on your glass. And what we'll do is, on this piece here, I need it to fit between here and here. That's about 3/8 of an inch. And I'll just pop it right here. And I'll just do this one close enough for me. Oh, there goes that one piece. And I know you just love that when it goes into your vacuum cleaner, huh, babe?
Yeah.
Wow. I'll just try to, get this in to fit. And movie magic, I was able to retrieve this from the back of that cabinet. And nice thing is having those little claw things from our saltwater tank which kind of helps to pick up anything. Okay, so I'm going to slide that on in there. Put that where we think it's going to be at. We're going to go ahead and close the door and see if it closes. Okay, not too bad. And if you could see over here, a lot of gap here, a lot of gap over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and push that down like that. And we're going to push this over on the left-hand side like that. And we're going to push this right-hand side up like here. Okay, so that kind of cuts out all that dust right there. What we'll do is we'll bring this across over here. Get a little bit of glue. And, you know, since this is going to work like an extra pair of hands anyways, I'll just go ahead and do a little dab of glue inside here. Okay, so using capillary action, I'll just go ahead and dab some over there. Oops, don't want to spill all of that. Wow, it really pours out quickly. Okay, I'm going to have to catch. Let it dry.
So what are you going to do with this part?
Well, what I do over there is I have a little roll of white tape. And I'll go ahead and pull out maybe about 3/4 of an inch. Call it good. Let's do that. And then just kind of line that on up over there. And I think that'll be fine. And I think what we'll also do is we'll take a little bit of glue here. And I'm going to add some from the top here. A little capillary action there. A little inside there. And go ahead and close that on up. Take a couple more looks at it, and if you can see from the front view right here, yeah, we're going to go ahead and tighten up that dust area just like so. Right, and then do the same thing here, and probably the same thing down here. And that.
What about along the edge over on this side?
Oh, that is a good idea. Missed that altogether. The nice thing about this is you can push it all the way to the end right there. That opens on up and it doesn't move around or slide back into position. It just stays the way it is, and we're done.